The New York Knicks are 3-0 in 2024 under the OG Anunoby era. They're 3-4. They go into Philadelphia and they demolish the Philadelphia 76ers by a final score of, let me just pull this up, wait for more people to come in here, 128-92. I mean, from start to finish, the New York Knicks simply dominated this game. They dominated. Led by Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson with 30 points tonight, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 11-20. Efficient, 4-9 from 3 from Jalen Brunson. Dante started off hot as well. Wow. I mean, 3-0 to start this new year, and the New York Knicks are feeling good. Big task, man. What's going on? I'm back doing these post games, man. It's been a while since I decided to hop on here doing post game, but I had to hop on here and do a post game for tonight's game because, look, anytime the New York Knicks go into the Philadelphia and beat the Philadelphia 76ers, it's not often, but tonight, what a game, man. 3-0 to start the new year, and we're rolling. We're rolling. Look at the schedule coming up, too. Look at this schedule coming up. We're rolling, man. We're rolling. Big task, man. What's going on, man? I can't believe it, man. Quentin Grimes, great game out of Grimes. Josh Hart came in off the bench, provided us a much-needed spark in that first half. Josh Hart almost had, 20? What did Josh Hart finish with? Josh Hart, 15 rebounds for Josh Hart, 10 points, 6 assists. You could tell he wanted 20 rebounds. He got subbed out and was angry, but wow. The New York Knicks went into Philadelphia and took the 76ers. So let's go. And this was without a great game from Julius Randle. Julius Randle was off all game long, and the New York Knicks still went into Philly and beat them by damn near 30 points. It's always a great Friday night. The Friday night Knicks, when the New York Knicks beat the Philadelphia 76ers by 30 points. I can't say great. Look, I'm about to put out an Isaiah Hartenstein video. Can't wait for you guys to see that. I can't say good enough things about Isaiah Hartenstein. Do you guys know what Isaiah Hartenstein is doing right now? He has come in and replaced an injured Mitchell Robinson and has simply balled the heck out. Isaiah Hartenstein tonight, 6 rebounds, 17 points, 2 blocks, none other than a big block on Joel Embiid himself. He only missed 1 shot, Isaiah Hartenstein. 6 rebounds, and 5 assists tonight for Isaiah Hartenstein. Plus 26 for iHeart. I mean, his impact on the court, his impact in the starting lineup has been incredible for this team. Big Task says I gave the 76ers live stream the full clip. Oh, man. Cricket VR, what's going on, man? Just chopping it up about this great New York Knicks victory in Philadelphia, down in Philadelphia, and check out our schedule. We're in Washington tomorrow. Look, 3-0 to start the new year, new Knicks. OG Anunoby didn't have a great offensive game, but we're winning. Like 3-11 from the floor from OG, 4-4 from the free throw line. But his defense was, his defense was great tonight. He's still trying to get into rhythm. He's still trying to figure out the plays, still trying to get into rhythm on offense. I think his offense will come. The Knicks will use him such like they use an RJ Barrett. We saw some plays tonight where OG was running off of curls like we saw RJ used to do. So I think with time, OG Anunoby's offense will come, man. It will come. It will come. What a game, man. And there's so many avenues to go through. I mean, Quentin Grimes, 18 points off the bench, 4-9 from 3, playing confident. Quentin Grimes is playing confident, and you got to love it. I mean, when Grimes is playing confident like that, he just plays freely, and the game comes to him. His defense has always been there. We all know that. His shot is one of the prettiest shots in the NBA, 4-9 from 3 tonight, 23 minutes from Grimes, attempting 13 field goal attempts for QDOT. You got to love Quentin Grimes coming in off the bench and balling out, too. I mean, amazing game down in Philadelphia. Amazing performance all around. I mean, and it started with number 11, right? He set the tone. Jalen Brunson, the 1A, set the tone for the New York Knicks. And you could tell he had a chip on his shoulder. National televised game, and Brunson, efficient night, 11-20 from the field, 30 points for JB, plus 14. He's on a mission 4-9 from 3. You could tell he's on a mission. He's going to be an all-star. It's going to be his first all-star appearance in his career. And I'm just happy for him, man. I'm just happy for him. I mean, Joel Embiid on their side, 30 points, finished with 30 points, got an empty stat there at the end to garnish his 30 points. But Knicks kept we held them to 92 points, guys. 92 points. Like, the Philadelphia 76ers, we held to 92 points. And we dropped 128 in Philly. In Philly. I mean, that third quarter, let's talk about that third quarter for the Knicks really quick. That third quarter took years out of my life. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, that third quarter from the Knicks was a tough watch. It was a tough watch. But Deuce McBride, I mean, I haven't mentioned his name yet on this postgame, but 4-4 from 3 in that first quarter in like 4 minutes. I mean, there's been a lot of questions about where the Knicks would go, who should they acquire coming in off the bench. But shout out to Deuce McBride, man. 4-4 from 3, set the tone to start this game. And not for nothing, in that third quarter when Deuce McBride came into this game, he relaxed us a little bit, because things were going haywire in that third quarter. Randall was turning the ball over. He was forcing it. And McBride came in, relaxed us a little bit, and we just went from there. Fourth quarter, we just shut them out. We scored 35 in the fourth quarter, 16 on their end. I mean, look, great game down in Philly. Anytime we could beat the Philadelphia 76ers on national TV as well. I mean, Knicks are now 3-0 to start this new year, 3-0 with the OG on the OB. Rolling, baby. Rolling. J-Pang in the chat. Great win, Knicks. Absolutely amazing win for the New York Knicks tonight, man. Can't say great enough things, man. Cannot say great enough things. But yeah, Deuce came in and did his thing. 4-4 for 3. Starting 4-4 from 3 was simply incredible. Brunson set the tone early on. Josh Hart really set the tone as well. Josh Hart came in to this game and grabbing rebound after rebound and pushing the pace. Josh Hart was pushing the pace. 10 points, 15 boards, 6 assists for Josh Hart. This was Josh Hart's, I want to say, his best game this season. He's been up and down a little bit, but this was Josh Hart's best game, in my opinion, this season. Plus 46. Am I reading that correctly? Plus 46 for Josh Hart. 4-7 from the field, 30 minutes. Man, when the New York Knicks are playing like this on all cylinders, and this was without a Julius Randle playing well, things are looking up, man. Things are looking up. Post-game, the New York Knicks beat the 76ers, demolished them in Philly. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Yeah, man, let's chop it up. Come join us here in the chat, man. This is a great Knicks victory on this Friday night. Just basking in the glory of this victory, man. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Cricket says Knicks team played very well. This was this was a great team win because, like I said, Brunson set the tone early on. Then McBride in that first quarter definitely set the tone early on. Then even the Achua hit a 3. Precious Achua hit a 3, and then Grimes was playing well early on. And look, I mean, you can't ask for a better victory than this one. You honestly can't. If you look at the Knicks schedule here, it's some games to get fat. We're at Washington tomorrow, so another back-to-back for the New York Knicks. I mean, I think they played the most back-to-backs in the NBA this season. But you're at Washington, then you're coming back home versus Portland, at Dallas, at Memphis, versus Orlando, versus Houston. Then we're at home for the better part of the end of January. So end of January, beginning of February, we're at home. So we started off slow. Obviously, we made a big splash heading into the new year. We traded RJ, traded quickly. It's still going to take some time for OG to get his offense going. We saw it in spurts in his first game. We're seeing it a little bit, and I'm not worried about that because we know he can bring defensive, and his size alone is just giving teams havoc on the defensive end, and I'm not worried about that one bit. And yeah, Cricket says pushing the pace. Dude, I really love watching your channel. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate that, Cricket. Just a great team win. I mean, let's circle back to Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, he came in for an injured Mitchell Robinson, and it simply looked incredible. Excuse me. He came in for an injured Jericho Sims because, remember, he wasn't starting when Robinson went down. So insert Hartenstein in the starting lineup, and you're getting the assists. You're getting the blocks. I mean, I can't believe versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, he took Gobert's lunch money. He blocked Gobert 3 times. 3 times in that game. Blocked Embiid tonight on a dunk attempt. He's giving you assists. He's giving you, I mean, the offense is simply moving through Hartenstein. He's at the top of the key, and everyone is cutting, and he's finding the open man. Simple basketball. And Hartenstein is doing it well. And credit to him, man. Credit to the Knicks. Credit to Isaiah Hartenstein, because I can't say good enough things about Hartenstein, man. I can't say good enough things about Hartenstein in another game tonight where he actually, was scoring for us. I think he double digit in scoring, right? Tonight for Hartenstein. Double digits in scoring. I think he had like 15 points or something. Let me double check. I said it earlier. Yeah, 17 points for Hartenstein tonight. 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Cricket says, will you be live streaming a lot after every one? I used to do post games a lot, but I've taken a step back this season and I focus on videos and live streaming once a week with my podcast co-host, Chris. But after this Knicks victory, I had to come up on here and just preach about the New York Knicks playing well and about the team playing well. I'm sure, the fans I'm seeing it on Twitter. Everyone is happy right now because the Knicks are actually getting there. They're starting to find their footing to start this new year. We've had some bumps along the road this season. None other than the loss in Orlando, loss in OKC. Don't forget, we had a terrible schedule in December as well. NBA didn't do us any favors in December, and now it's starting to lighten up. And tonight wasn't easy. Went into Philly, beat them, and now we have another back-to-back tomorrow in Washington, which we should beat, but, don't want to jinx that as well. But things are looking up for the Knicks in the new year, man. Things are looking up. The New York Knicks beat the Philadelphia 76ers 128-92. Let me reset the room a little bit. Big Task, what's going on? Every quarter was great. First quarter, they scored 34 points. Second quarter, 41 points. That third quarter, it took years out of my life. I'm telling you. That third quarter was tough to watch. I'm sure, everyone in the chat was pulling their hair out in that third quarter. Randall was turning the ball over. It was just force-feeding Randall, trying to get him going, and I get it. Randall has been so good for us that he had a bad game. 1-11 tonight, 0-3 from 3. But I do like the 7 boards, the 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 turnovers, 8 points for Randall. But, it happens, And that third quarter, I just feel like the New York Knicks were trying to force feed him a bit to try to get him going. But, credit to Deuce, man. Came in, shut the water off a little bit. And, absolutely loving it. Big Task, I say you don't do live streams. I do live streams. I'm not live right now, Big Task. I'm saying the post games. I used to do them a lot, but taking a step back this year. But had to jump on here after a big Knicks victory against the Philadelphia 76ers. But yeah, circling back to Deuce, man. There's been a lot of noise about, who the Knicks should acquire. I still think they should acquire somebody, but, credit to him for working hard and coming in tonight and just, he changed the game, in my opinion. In that first quarter, when he came in for Jalen Brunson, remember last game versus Chicago, when Brunson sat, the bench unit, it was tough to find a playmaker. It was tough to score when Brunson wasn't on the court. The offense looked kind of funky. So tonight, when Brunson sat, everyone was like, everyone was holding their breath a little bit, like, oh, I don't know. And then credit to Miles McBride, man, coming in 4-4 from 3 to start the game. Incredible. And then for him to come in the third quarter, like I said, when everything was spiraling out of control, and he had an inbound steal, which was huge. It was a huge momentum shift, and then he was all over the court, man. And credit to Miles McBride for actually coming in and doing what we know that he's capable of doing. Just do it on a consistent basis, and we should be good, man. Look, the Knicks paid him that contract, 3 years, $15 million, nothing too crazy, but absolutely amazing game from Miles McBride, and yeah, man. Cricket says, will you be on Fridays or random days of the week? We do a live stream every Sunday evening. It's random. The time is random, but it's every Sunday. Unless we had breaking news like the OG Anunoby trade, which we went on live on Saturday. So, we usually do a live podcast every week. You can catch the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Knicks Nation podcast. And then I do my videos and I do shorts. And obviously I'm on X at Knicks Nation, but appreciate you, Cricket. DJ M, what's going on? Sixers were fully dominated. Here we go, man. Dominating the Philadelphia 76ers. How does that sound, ladies and gentlemen? That sounds absolutely amazing. I mean, look, what were your expectations coming into this game? I mean, deep down, I had a feeling the Knicks were going to pull us out. Like, I had a feeling. But for them to do this in Philadelphia, for them to hold them to 92 points, I mean, I would say keep Embiid in check. I mean, he was inefficient. He was 10 of 23 from the field. I mean, 30 points, 10 rebounds. I mean, you can say that this was like a bad game for Embiid, as crazy as that sounds, even though he dropped 30 and 10. But he had 6 turnovers, Embiid. And Hartenstein was doing, Isaiah Hartenstein, doing his thing, man, all over the court, defensively, offensively. 17 points for Hartenstein, plus 26 from the field. 6 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, all over the court. And look, Maxey was inefficient, 1 of 7 from 3 from Maxey, 27 points. They had no bench. I mean, they got Paul Reed scored 6 points on their bench. And I mean, when Beverly was in the game and we were simply scoring on them at will. I mean, Patrick Beverly came in this game. The New York Knicks were taking advantage, possession after possession. Yeah, man. Great win down in Philadelphia. 41 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let's get it up to 10 likes, man. Just chopping it up about a great Knicks victory. And 3-0 to start this new year. 3-0 with the OG Anunoby in the OG Anunoby era. Circling back to OG Anunoby. 11 points tonight. 1 of 3 from downtown. 3-11 from the field. Like I said earlier, the offense will come for OG. It will come. We saw it the first game. I'm not concerned about that. He got here last week. I mean, it hasn't even been a week yet. I mean, it's Friday. He got here on Saturday. So, hasn't even been a week yet. They're still running. We saw some more offensive sets for OG Anunoby tonight. But I'm just, as time goes on, as the New York Knicks get more comfortable with OG Anunoby, as his offense starts to come. I mean, we dropped 128 points, and that's with a bad game out of OG offensively and a bad game out of Julius Randle. And we still dropped 128 points. That is the upside of this squad right now. That is the upside of the Knicks, because you had great games out of Grimes, Josh Hart, Miles McBride, obviously JB, and DiVincenzo, 4-6 from 3. He is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and that is a fact. Shooting, I believe, 45% from corner 3. I think he's shooting like 44% from 3, period, this season. So, to start this game, Brunson set the tone. DiVincenzo was setting the tone, hitting the 3. And then McBride came in, 4-4 from 3, right off the bat, set the tone right off the bat. And, yeah, man. Al X, what's going on? Hart is the key tonight. Look, this was one of the best games that we've seen Josh Hart play, in a while. I mean, for him to come in, pushing the pace, rebounding every rebound over the big guys too. I mean, out-hustling everybody. Out-hustling everybody for Hart, pushing the pace, and finishing with 15 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 6 assists, and he was a plus 46 tonight. Plus 46 for Josh Hart, and he only attempted 7 shots. But that's what he can do to impact the ball game. We saw it tonight. And, Josh Hart has been fluctuating up and down this season. But as we start to get the rotation set, as we start to get the bench unit rotation set, one of the reasons why I love the OG Anunoby trade was it freed up, minutes for Quentin Grimes. It freed up more minutes for, Josh Hart, even though he was playing heavy minutes, 30 minutes tonight for Josh Hart. But it just freed up more minutes in the backcourt, freed up more minutes for Dante DiVincenzo. And look what happens. I mean, Quentin Grimes tonight, look what happens when you play with confidence. Look what happens when you play with confidence. 19 points for Grimes, 8 rebounds, 6 of 13 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. How many games this season did we watch Quentin Grimes shoot like 2 field goal attempts, 3 field goal attempts? And it's been 2 out of the 3 games where we've seen Grimes look very, very comfortable now that, the pressure is kind of off. Remember, he had those comments early on in the season saying that every time he misses a 3, he feels like he's looking behind his shoulder to Tom Thibodeau like, oh, he's about to pull me. But now that we, freed up some minutes, we're seeing Quentin Grimes actually play really well. And damn, like you said, Al, in the chat, damn. I mean, what a victory for the New York Knicks, 3-0 to start the year. 76ers are one of the best teams in the East. They're right there with Boston and the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson at halftime, I don't know if you guys heard this, but he said, we're trying to block out all the noise. That's what he said at halftime when he was being interviewed by one of the ESPN sideline reporters. So the New York Knicks are hearing the noise. They're hearing, the national media. They're hearing, Stephen A. Smith talk all this crap. They're hearing, who was it? Doris Burke say Brunson's not a 1A. They're hearing it. And tonight was a statement win. Not saying, we're coming, but I feel like it's close. And 3-0 to start the new year. Let's just go, man. Let's just go. Cricket says, bro, I got my parents to watch you. Appreciate you, Cricket. Shout out to your parents, man. If they're in the chat, shout out to your parents. Carlos says, Anthony, New York Knicks are at war. Who is next? The Washington Wizards are next. And the New York Knicks should absolutely demolish the Washington Wizards. If they don't, I'll be highly disappointed. But the way the New York Knicks are playing right now, they're playing like one of the best teams in the NBA. Coming off a 3-game losing streak to start the new year, they've now won 3 straight games. They beat the best team in the West. They beat the Chicago Bulls. And people are going to say the Bulls are without Zach LaVine, but the Bulls actually have I think they were like 10-7 without Zach LaVine. They beat the Bulls at home. That was a tough, scrappy win, and then we pulled it out. Randall was awesome in that game. And we went into Philly in a hostile environment and beat the Philadelphia 76ers, one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. So in the past 5 games, the New York Knicks have beat 2 of the best teams in the NBA. And that's without essentially, OG Anunoby being here for more than a week. So things are looking up, man. Things are looking really, really positive for this squad. And I'm hoping that, we can start to build off of this. And at Washington tomorrow, look, the Wizards are an absolute mess. We should definitely be able to go into Washington and beat them. Are they playing right now? I think they're playing right now, actually. Let me try to pull up the score. But they lost against the Cavs. So they're coming off a back-to-back too. So, Carlos, man, the Wizards are next. The Washington Wizards are next. And then we have a very favorable schedule to end January. We're at home. We have the most home games remaining in the NBA. Let's not forget that. After a terrible December, the Knicks have the most home games remaining in the NBA. And if you take a look at their schedule to close out January, to start February, a lot of home games in there. A lot of home games in there. And the New York Knicks, it's time to get fat off these victories, baby. It's time to get fat. Cam, what's going on in the chat, man? Always appreciate you. How about them Knicks? How about them Knicks, man? How about them New York Knicks? Look, we talked about Isaiah Hartenstein, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson setting the tone, Miles McBride coming in on national TV and dropping 4-4 from 3 to start this game. He did that in 4 minutes. I want you guys to think that, that's crazy to do that. To be able to do that in 4 minutes in the first quarter and drop 4 for 4 from 3. Obviously, he was a pest. Like I said, McBride came in third quarter and calmed everything down, because that third quarter, I was pulling my hair out. I was absolutely pulling my hair out in that third quarter. And, credit to the guys, man. We hear the noise. We came out, dropped 35 points in the fourth quarter, and we beat the Philadelphia 76ers handily. Handily, man. Got to love it, man. Got to love it. Big Knicks victory. McBride, 4 of 8 from the field, 15 points, plus 20, 4 assists. I feel like he picked up a steal. He has no steals, but Like I said, he came in that third quarter and shut their water off because Philly was starting to creep up in that third quarter, excuse me. They cut the lead to 12. And then Tom Thibodeau called a timeout and tried to reset. And credit to the guys, man. I mean, Josh Hart stepped up, McBride, and Grimes. This is a confidence booster for Grimes. I really do think that this is, hopefully we get, because I came into the season hoping for a breakout for Quentin Grimes. Obviously, he didn't get that, opportunity in this. I mean, he got the opportunity in the starting lineup, but it didn't really mesh well and work well. Insert Dante DiVincenzo, it's been flawlessly. It's worked seamlessly. But hopefully this is, a good step in the right direction for Grimes, and hopefully this will get him going. So, yeah, Cricket says, do you have any NBA cards? I do. And the funny thing is, I think I have a Donovan Mitchell and like a Frank Ntilikina rookie card. It's like really random. I have to check my collection. I don't really have, superstar card. I think I have a Luka Doncic. I have to collect some more Knicks card, but Cricket. But I can't show you right now because it's not in my room. But yeah, one day I will. Maybe I'll put it in my background one day and show you guys. But yeah, I mean, big Knicks victory. We have Washington tomorrow. And then go from there, build from there. Back to back here at Washington, build from there, go from there, and just get it done. The New York Knicks are back, new year, new Knicks, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy that we're playing well. And it's been a kind of a bumpy season, and obviously we had the big trade, OG Anunoby trade. OG would get going here offensively, but yeah, man. I mean, and Tibbs was, one thing I've noticed about Tibbs is that he's starting to stagger. He wants to stagger Brunson and Randall. So that's one thing I'm noticing as well. Like first quarter, Brunson is sitting at like the 4-minute mark in the first quarter. And then, Randall's sitting in the second quarter, and then Brunson's playing with the bench. And then OG was trying to play, he's trying to figure out different lineups and what works well for OG Anunoby. So he was trying to put OG Anunoby with the bench today. You saw him trying to, figure out the lineups that will work well for him. And as time goes on, we're going to see more and more of that. We're going to see OG play with the bench, OG play with the starters. And one thing is apparent to me is that the Knicks made this trade with the hopes of them staggering a Brunson and Randall, because a lot of times they were on the court together, and for good reason. They've been playing amazing. But now you can essentially have one of them on the court at all times, because when RJ was here, RJ played a lot with the bench unit. And yeah, now you can stagger Brunson and Randall. That was a little bit of an observation that I saw. But yeah, man, Washington, you're next. The Wizards, you're next, man. Get ready, Washington. We're coming for you. But yeah, that's a wrap. Knicks win 128-92. Big Knicks victory. Biggest Knicks victory in a while at Philadelphia. A hostile environment. We got the victory. We got the dub. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to the boys. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Be doing this live stream, I think, is on Sunday. And I have an Isaiah Hartenstein video coming out, so make sure you check that out as well. Shout out to iHeart, man. He's a dog. Isaiah Hartenstein is a dog. Al X, expect the best, bro. Good ball tells. Knicks playing great ball. Amazing, man. The Knicks are playing great ball. 3-0 to start the new year. 3-0 in the OG Anunoby era. Quick says, I like the chain in the background. The Knicks chain. Rocking the Knicks chain. I used to put it on after, big Knicks victory. I should put it on, but, I don't want to. I'll just leave it on the wall. I'll put it on next time. But appreciate you guys. Cricket, appreciate you in the chat as well. Let's go Knicks. Let's get this dub tomorrow. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.